Hello everyone, welcome to our final exam listening project. This is Group 7. My name is Nashwa Atay Abdurrahman.
I'm Berliana Febri Arasa.
Hello everyone, my name is Kar Arum. Today I'm so excited to introduce Simpler.
My name is Fitriatu Zahra.
And then my name is Adli Ramdhani. Let's do check the tips number 1.
Technique 1. Read the question first, not only option, while the direction play. When working on listening question, we must also read the question and understand their meaning. Once on the audio has started, we must understand and the meaning of the audio and the question we have.
Identifying main idea. In TOEIC listening, the main idea focuses on the general topic of the conversation. So, don't focus on small details right away. What you are looking for is the big picture. Listen carefully to the beginning of the conversation because the main topic is usually mentioned here. If you hear repeated words or ideas, that is often a sign of the main idea. Details like numbers or names can be ignored because they are not the main point. When choosing an answer, pick the most general one, not the one that is too specific. And next, identifying purpose of the conversation. For the purpose of the conversation, focus on the reason why the speakers are talking. The purpose is often clear from the opening lines. Pay attention to expressions that show intention such as requesting, suggesting, or explaining. Don't focus too much on the solution at the end because it is often not the main purpose. In TOEIC, purpose answers are often written using to plus verb. And next, guiding questions for identifying main idea. These guiding questions help us find the main topic of the conversation. When the question asks, what are they talking about? What are the speakers discussing? What is happening? What is the situation? What are the speakers doing? All of these questions are actually asking the same thing, which is the general topic. And next, guiding questions for identifying purpose. For purpose, the guiding questions focus on the reason or intention. For example, why are they talking? What is the speaker's intention? Why did the conversation take place? These questions help us focus on the why the conversation happens, not on the topic or the details. So, remember, for main idea, look for the general topic of the conversation. For purpose of the conversation, look for the reason why the speakers are talking. If you understand this difference, it will be much easier to answer TOEIC listening questions.
The next thing you can identify is the problem and solution. Is there an issue and how do they solve it? Because conversations usually happen because there is a problem. One speaker explains the issue and the other responds with a solution. First, you can focus on the problem signals. Those signals usually sound like, I'm afraid, the problem is, there's an issue with, I can't, and these phrases usually tell us what is wrong. The solution signals usually sound like, why don't we, how about, we could, let's. These phrases show how they plan to fix a problem. So by identifying this, you can focus on one main problem and one main solution. You don't get distracted by the small chit-chat in the beginning of the conversations or the extra explanations. Another thing that you can identify is the specific details like time, place, price, schedule, etc. because they are often asked directly in the questions. You can pay attention to the time examples like at 10 a.m. next Friday, the place, for example, in the library, at the office, price or cost, example like it costs $15, and schedule, for example like the meeting is postponed. You should be extra careful with numbers or dates or place names because these details are easy to miss, but usually they are very, very important.
And then the next tips, listen for inference clues such as I'm afraid we've run out of time, blah blah blah. And then, oh no, I don't remember where, blah blah blah, etc. Which means there's a problem. And then there are suggestion clues, for example, like why don't we, blah blah blah, and then why don't you, blah blah blah. And then there are searching for info, for example, like let me check, or maybe he wants to check, blah blah blah, etc. And then the last clue, there's a synonym, for example, like quit a job, the synonym is resign, and then benefit, the synonym is advantage. Well, actually there are many more clues, but we took the basic ones or those that we often encounter in TOEIC listening tests.
Okay, last tip for TOEIC Part 3 is about how to listen more effectively without focusing on every single word. First, you don't need to understand every single word when you are listening. What matters is not each word but the message you can get from the speaker. Next, try to focus on the overall meaning of the conversation. Don't stop listening just because you hear what you don't know, you don't understand. You should also listen for the main idea and the speaker purpose, whether the speaker is explaining, informing, or giving an opinion. Pay attention to keywords and intonation. These usually help you understand which part of the message are important. Lastly, if you miss a word, keep listening and don't panic. The next sentences often help you understand the meaning.
Okay, before let's the question number 1 and 2, let's listening the audio. Let's go.
Number 52.
Oh no, I don't remember where I left my mobile phone.
You brought it from the car when we went into the restaurant.
Okay.
Maybe I left it at the cash register when I paid the bill.
Ah, good.
Number 53.
Why don't we just rent a car for this trip? Tokyo is only 3 hours away.
That would be more interesting than flying or taking the bus.
The train would be faster, but driving is more fun.
Okay, the answer is yes, is B. Take his mobile phone. First, we have to read the question first. What does the thing mean? The thing he forgot to do. After we understand the question, we also have to understand the audio. It say, I don't remember where I left my phone. After that, the woman answered by saying, you broke it from the car when we went into the restaurant. Maybe left at the cash register when I paid the bill. And the answer is B. And the second question number 2. We use same the technique to understanding the question first. The question is how the speaker went to Tokyo. After we understand the question, we also have to understand the audio. In the first audio clip, someone asks, "Why you don't have just a rental car? Is for the district?" And the answer he answer is with the sentence Tokyo is only 3-hour drive. At the end of audio clip, he also say the train will be faster, but driving is more fun. The conclusion is driving is more fun. So the answer is D, buying car. Okay, thank you.
Now, let's look at question number 3. What are the speakers doing? This question is asking about the main idea. So, when the question asks what are the speakers doing, it means we need to find the general topic of the conversation. Before answering, let's listen to the audio first.
There are so many people in this lobby, I wonder if we'll see him.
He told me that he would be wearing a green and blue cap and carrying lots of luggage.
Well, that definitely narrows it down.
Okay, now let's think. Yes, the answer is A. Why? Because the speakers are talking about meeting someone who is traveling. Throughout the conversation, the focus stays on meeting that traveler, not on small actions or specific details. That's why the best answer is meeting a traveler, because this choice summarizes what the entire conversation is about, not just one small part of it. Okay, now let's move on to question number 4. Why are the speakers leaving soon? This question is about the purpose of the conversation. So, when the question asks, why are the speakers, it means we need to find the reason why the conversation happens. Again, let's listen to the audio carefully.
How long does it take to get to the airport?
If there's no traffic, it's about a 20-minute drive.
The roads are probably crowded. We should leave soon.
Okay, now let's think. Yes, the answer is B. Why? Because from the conversation, we can hear that the speakers want to leave early because they are worried about traffic. The main reason they mention is that there may be a lot of traffic, and this explains why they are leaving soon. The other choices are not the main reason discussed in the conversation. So, the correct answer is there may be a lot of traffic.
Now let's do the question number 5. Listen carefully.
We're moving corporate headquarters and we need more space. How much are rentals in this part of town?
$125 per square foot, and that's a very good deal for this area.
Do you have a card? I'd like to get back to you.
Now I hope you all have your answers because we will discover what is the correct answer for the question number 5. So the correct answer for the question number 5 is B, renting the office space. So how do you know this is the correct answer for the question number 5? It's because in the beginning of the conversation, you can hear the specific question, how much rental in this space? That means she was asking the location, and by that you can determine your answer by reading the question, what is the woman interested in? So the correct answer number 5 is B, renting the office space. And now let's do the question number 6. Listen carefully.
The ferry is out of commission again, which means that the service to the island will be cut for about a month.
That's going to be devastating for the commuters.
I know. Bill lost a good amount of pay when that happened last year.
Now have you got your answers, everybody? And if you haven't, not to worry because we will break down the answer for the question number 6. Now I totally get it why you haven't got your answers because actually we didn't hear any specific thing of anything, right? We didn't hear a question, we didn't hear nothing, we just hear a man complaining to a woman. Now what to do in questions like this? Questions that don't have anything specific, don't have any specific questions or anything. What you can do is to listen to the whole thing, but do not focus in every word. Now I know it's strange to not have to be focused, but actually this is the trick. You must hear the whole question. You must hear the whole conversation. You must hear the whole thing. And after that, I want you to read the question. You have to read the question and you have to read the answers. Then you choose the closest thing from what you hear. Now let's read the question and the answers. The question is, what is the problem? Then the answers is A, workers can't get to the jobs. B, the sales agents lost their commissions. C, the service needs to be reduced. And D, the pay raise wasn't acceptable. And now you can eliminate something that you can hear. like the B, we didn't hear anything about sales agents, right? So we can cross that. So B is not the answer. C, the service needs to be reduced. So actually we hear about something service, but we didn't hear about anything that is needed. So we can cross that again. B and C is not the answer. And D, the pay raise wasn't acceptable. So we actually hear something about pay, but it is not raise. It's actually to not get paid. So lost money. So actually we can cross the D. So B, C, D, we can cross all that, and the closest thing that you can answer is A. Workers can get to the jobs. And that will be our answer. Now I know this is a lot to do in a short time, but I'm sure with a bit of practice you can do this just fine.
Next question, number 7. Why isn't the meeting date set yet? Okay, I'll play the audio and we will focus on the clue.
Natalie, has Manuel said if he can make the meeting next Monday? Not really. He said he prefers Wednesday, but he wants to check with the secretary first. Wednesday's fine, but please tell him he'll need to get back to us by Friday.
Okay, do you get the clue? They're searching for info. He said that he wants to check with his secretary first. Let's see the choice. A. Natalie hasn't asked Manuel about it. It's wrong because Natalie has spoken to Manuel about the meeting and he has stated his preference. And then B. Everyone is busy on Friday. It's wrong too because Friday is the day when Manuel will confirm his schedule. And then C. The secretary is out. It's wrong because there is no reason to think that the secretary is out. And then D. Manuel's schedule is unclear. It's right because Manuel must check with his secretary to set the date. This implies he is not sure about his schedule. So Manuel's schedule is unclear. Okay, next question, number 8. What does the woman agree to do? Okay, I'll play the audio and we will focus on the clue.
What time does the concert start, George?
At 7. Why don't we call a taxi?
Good idea. We won't have to find parking.
Okay, do you get the clue? There's a suggestion. The man suggests her to call a taxi to go to the concert. And she agreed with that. Okay, let's see the choice. A. Go to an earlier show. It's wrong because the woman asks about the time of the show, but they do not discuss going to an earlier show. And then B. See a boxing match. It's wrong too because there is no mention of a boxing match. And then C. Call Georgia. It's wrong too because Georgia is one of the speakers, so they cannot be planning to call him. And then D. Go by cab. In the audio there is no cab. The speaker is not talking about cab, but I have telling you in the inference clue there are synonyms, and then cab is the synonym of taxi. So the right answer is D. Go by cab.
Okay everyone, I will show you the question first. You can listen first and try to answer, or you can read the question quickly before listening. Don't worry if you don't understand every word.
Number 62.
Is that teleconference scheduled for this afternoon, Mary?
Yes, I think they want to have it at 3 o'clock sharp.
I'll send a memo around reminding everyone.
Number 63.
Bidda, is the audio-visual room available this afternoon?
I believe it is, but let me check the scheduling board.
Thanks. I have some very important clients coming.
Okay, now let's check the answer together. For question number 9, correct answer is inform everyone of the teleconference. For question number 9, we use this tip. Listen for the speakers offer or suggestion. The keyword here is over. In the conversation, the man says something like he will let everyone knows about the teleconference. This shows an action he offered to do, not something he already did. That's why the correct answer is inform everyone of the teleconference. Tip for number 9, question number 9 is when you see a question asking what does the man offer to do, you can only focus on future action and phrases like I can, I will, or let me. Okay, now let's discuss question number 10. The correct answer, question number 10, is use a room. We use this tip for question number 10. Identify the main purpose of the speaker. In the conversation, the man talks about needing a place for an activity. This shows his main intention, which is using a room, not calling someone or changing his schedule. So, the correct answer is use a room. And then, tip for question number 10 is when the question asks, what does the man want to do? You can only listen for the speaker's goal or intention, not small details. Okay, so that's all for our explanation about TOEIC listening strategies. We hope these tips can help you improve your listening skills and feel more confident when answering the question. Thank you for watching our video and see you.